As we've mentioned, both President Trump and Joe Biden have been hitting the campaign trail. Mr. Trump campaigned just outside of Las Vegas Sunday night. It was his first indoor event since his rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma back in June. Meanwhile, Joe Biden spoke in Wilmington, Delaware earlier about the devastating wildfires ravaging the West and their connection to climate change. Biden said the president's lack of actionable response to natural disasters are aligned with his lack of response to the pandemic. CBS News campaign reporters Bo Erickson and Nicole Sganga join me now. Hello and welcome to you both. Nicole, you cover the Trump campaign. Does the president have more events planned like the one we saw Sunday in Nevada?
Absolutely. This campaign has made it very clear, Elaine, they plan on traveling the country. Now, we should say that as of this briefing, we don't know of any other indoor rallies that the president will hold yet. You mentioned there that this was the first indoor event President Trump held since his June 20th rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But we also saw that thousands showed up, the vast majority of them maskless, Elaine, as the president told them that we are rounding the turn, making the last turn on the coronavirus pandemic, despite the fact that we've seen deaths march towards 200,000 across the country. We do know that the president is expected to visit Philadelphia for a town hall tomorrow. That will be inside, but hosted by ABC News. He'll hold airport hangar rallies later this week in Wisconsin and in Minnesota. Meanwhile, his family continues to stump for him on the trail in indoor settings. Eric Trump is in Georgia this week, and Donald Trump Jr. is in Iowa, Michigan, and other Pennsylvania, other Midwestern states.
Well, Bo, as our reporter covering Joe Biden, what about him? We've seen the former vice president on the trail more, but not at the same kinds of events that the president is having.
Yeah, so he started off getting a lot of criticism early on in the pandemic that he was only in his basement, and now he is venturing out to more of these battleground states. Last week, I actually traveled 3 different times with Joe Biden as part of the small press contingent that actually follows him around, and we went to Pennsylvania and then Michigan, and then we did some travel for 9/11 memorial events as well. And as you said, they are much different than the mega rallies that President Trump is having. We are in just this little group following Joe Biden around, and he is going into backyards and speaking with 2, 3, or 4 union members. And then at some of his bigger stops, he is trying to bring in around 50 people. We were in Michigan on Wednesday, and the state limit there is only 100 people at an outdoor gathering. And so they were following those rules so strictly that actually me as a pool reporter couldn't even go inside because there was already a different camera pool already there. So then I watched from the parking lot outside. Wow. He is continuing to travel more this week as well. He is going to Florida tomorrow. Just earlier today, he was asked about what he needs to do to reach more Hispanic voters, and he said he's going to start trying to do that tomorrow because he knows he has to get those numbers higher with Hispanic voters there. And also, he's going to Minnesota this week, and this is his first trip to Minnesota throughout this whole 2020-2019 campaign as well. We are going to continue to see him wear face masks and be socially distanced as well. Very important for the Biden campaign.
Yeah, very much a sign of the times that we're living in, too. Bo Erickson and Nicole Sganga, thank you. Good to see you both.
Thank you.